Hey everybody, welcome back. We are doing this. We're going into Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm gonna play through. This is actually, if you could, well, obviously you can see the screen. I 100%ed this. I got the Master of Fate trophy. Yeah, this is the only game I've ever platinum trophied in my life. So I have everything. This is just gonna be for playing through, so we can kind of like talk about it. So we can talk about what a beautiful game this is. We're gonna start from the first chapter. We'll talk about a lot of things that we liked about this, what maybe the Square could have done better. So this is gonna be a fun journey. I'm really excited about this. And then looking forward to Rebirth, which is gonna be I have high hopes for it. I know there's a lot of anticipation, we'll say hesitation, a lot of low expectation. There are a lot of Asians, and we're gonna do normal. We're just gonna do normal mode. We're gonna make this easy. I already hard moded it. I already did everything that I needed to do to 100% platinum trophy this bitch. So I'm gonna go back in. This is gonna be an easy playthrough, just a fun review. So starting from the beginning, this is really great, and this is actually brilliant because when they start Rebirth, they could start by doing something like this, and I think they did that sort of on in the teaser trailer a little bit. They had another bird. I don't think they had the black bird like that. I think it was a white, like a dove. This just still takes my breath away after all this time. I remember when I was looking at the footage, the trailers before this came out, and it was speculation nation. Everybody who was looking forward to this game was just wondering what was it gonna be. What was it gonna be? Seeing this okay, so here's one thing that they weren't able to do that I really wish they would do. Well, maybe not able to do, but something they could have done. Imagine, I'm gonna show some other footage along the way in these videos, but of different games, but I'm not gonna do like anything other than some Square stuff like Final Fantasy 15, maybe the 7 original, but Batman, the Arkham Knight. That was a game, and it's kind of like a GTA thing where you can go across the whole city. It's expansive, it's open world, it's wonderful. I thought that they kind of missed out an opportunity. Square missed out on an opportunity to just kind of have like an end game. You can now just explore the whole city and do kind of like that sort of thing, and you can just run around and go into all these sections and explore the other sectors you never got to before. I kind of see why they can't do that, because the story has to be on railroad tracks. But still, maybe like it really could have been nice being able to explore the whole city. And she's gorgeous, isn't she? She's beautiful. It's a funny story. My mom actually was watching me play this. She thought this was live action because I don't know if she just saw like one part of it that, she saw everything, but maybe that's a good sign. Maybe we're getting to that point where we're like passing through the uncanny valley to a point where we're not going to be able to tell whether it's real or not. Jerk. Other jerk. So I wonder if they're going to do an opening sequence outside of Kalm and sort of do maybe, I don't know, something different, something we haven't seen before, but a sequence that kind of, I don't know, either shows parts of the game you're about to play. Hopefully not. I don't want them to do a montage sort of thing. I want them maybe to like do a sweeping pan of the world you're about to explore. Show chocobos and show maybe the marshes and show different areas, the farm, show Junin and everything. And then, of course, do something like that with a meteor falling and the title card. Of course, this was easy. It was given to them. They knew exactly what they were going to do because we know what the opening sequence was supposed to look like. I've been playing Horizon Forbidden West, so the controls, I'm going to be not used to these because I haven't played this game in a while. But basically it's just a mesh square until you want to do a special attack. Come on, newcomer, follow me.
Get down here, Merc.
Okay, so one thing also that I really liked about this game, so this is sort of like picture perfect sections, and there's no reason to believe that they're not going to do the same thing for Rebirth. That they're going to make the iconic scenes, but in really good high res, new, graphically detailed. However you say, I don't even know what I'm saying, but this is what hard mode gets you. One single hit and they're dead. I don't know where my Gator Demerang went. Oh well. Okay. It's okay. I don't really care to use it anyway.
Hands where I can see 'em.
Have fun.
Freeze!
Go ahead.
So have I mentioned how excited I am to just do this journey? It is July 2022 right now, and I am playing this first chapter, and then, August, which is actually next week, because I didn't start right away. That I'm going to play the second chapter and so on for 18 months until December 2023. It may not come out. I know I mentioned all that in the intro video, but still, just actually doing it is a whole different thing. And I just love this. I don't know if these are ticket things. The signage, great. I can't wait to play the Rebirth and go around Kalm or go around Nibelheim or whatever and just see. It's gonna look completely different because we're not gonna be in a super metropolis. We're gonna be in desert and grasslands and farmlands. And the teaser looked great. And the other exciting thing is that as we're doing this, more information is going to come out, more trailers are going to come out. I don't really even care that like they mess with the story. This game is so freaking fun to play. And I'm getting like flashbacks, memories of when I first started this, and I was just enthralled with every bit of this game.
So what's Soldier Boy's deal? Is he one of us now? He's got balls, this, what was his name again?
Cloud Strife.
Right.
And he isn't a soldier anymore. Still, he's a professional, unlike the rest of us. I'm glad to have him.
Love
This
Wedge.
is a one-time gig. When it's done, we're done.
You enjoy the work at, too.
I wonder when
What people notice first.
we do the Chocobo farm, if there's going to be extra dialogue that we get to hear between Choco Billy and Choco Bob or whoever else is there.
You'll keep us safe, right, Kalm?
Yeah, sure.
Wow, they've almost got the door. We're doing this. We're really doing it. Man, I think I'm gonna be sick.
I'm not going to go through all the dialogue, but just I'm reliving. It's almost like I'm playing this for the first time, which is weird, but I'm just really enjoying this. A lot of the grunts and sighs.
Crazy just for money. They may not think you're a true believer, but you know what I think.
Not interested.
Not interested. I love his voice. Everybody is brilliantly voice acted.
You better be worth the money, Merc. Every last gil.
I'm saving up my money to get a PS5. I still haven't been able to get one. And cue the iconic shot from below. Oh, but now he doesn't have his Buster Sword because I didn't have it equipped. That's funny. All right.
Get him, boy!
Hey!
Looks like you're next.
Yeah, all right, let's do a little focus thrust here. Ugh.
Not bad.
First time I used an actual ability. I don't know. Okay, now I remember. It's R2 to hold to run. I can't imagine if they do a Horizon Zero Dawn-esque. Ooh. If they do it anywhere near to where like Horizon Zero Dawn was, I've only played Forbidden West. If Horizon Zero Dawn is anything like Forbidden West, and they can do Rebirth like that, I will shit my pants with delight, and I'll be happy to do it, and I'll sit and shit and play the game just because it's wonderful. I just love it. I just like that. And okay, so there are all these definitions between like big zones, open world, all that. It's just like, I don't know. I don't care about the definitions. I want to be able to run around and play and have fun, and you can do that in either definition of the term open world or open zones.
This way. Not so fast. We've got company.
Not so fast. We got company.
Should be enough.
Let's go.
Let's go. I stan all of these characters. They're all so great. Except Sephiroth, and that sucks. But I think they're going to do better. Because they're going to actually have more material to work with. I know Sephiroth had too big of a part in this game.
Nothing to it.
But I still think the voice actor didn't have enough opportunity. I mean, think about it. The flashback, the event 5 years ago in Nibelheim, where Sephiroth has a huge breakdown. I hope he does that as well as Barrett did the big scene in this game. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I said I wasn't gonna talk to everybody and do all the dialogues, so I'm sticking to that. Mako Reactor number 1. the best thing about this game is that it doesn't go. It's not on.
May attack on command, but I hear they
It's
make
not
good
predictable.
guard dogs too. Bet you've seen a few reactors.
As far as the original story is concerned, I
So
mean.
how do we get to the bridge above Mako's storage? Ain't holding out on me, are you?
Yes, I am.
Stamp scared to bite the hand that fed him? Or is he a loyal little dog?
They already introduced Stamp in the first chapter.
We can do this with you, or we can do this without you.
Different reactor, different layout. Depends when it was built. Never seen one like this, but I'll manage.
That's going to be a huge thing in the remake, I think, or in Rebirth. Wait, what do I have equipped? Let's see what this. Poison. Elemental. Some fire elemental. Healing. Oh, that's another reason probably why I'm taking all these guys so easily, is that I'm just firing the crap out of them.
Don't you worry. Biggs will have the door open soon.
Means I gotta talk to Biggs.
2. Damn, I'm good.
I know I could talk to Barrett too, but we all know all the lines, and I've seen them, heard them all. We're not gonna spend too much time doing a bunch of and I might not do a lot of the side quests.
That's my line.
He's alone. Take it.
Oh yeah, of course it says weakness. So
And let's move.
let's move. Let's move. I'd love to do voice acting. I'd think that'd be so fun.
It's a good thing I know someone who can get us the passcodes. Pity no one else at command will talk to us, but what can you do? And we're good.
Careful in there.
I'm not too crazy about all these rooms kind of looking the same. I've never been a fan of like reused assets like that. I understand if it's kind of part of the setup, like if Mako Reactor number 5 is like if they're all kind of clones of the same reactor layout. You know, if it's it's based on a model, but. I mean, I think they did a great job with that too. Mako Reactor 5 doesn't look like Mako Reactor number 1. There's different color schemes and everything.
Looks like the elevator's on another floor. Mind pushing that button?
She says the same thing in the original. I totally didn't even remember that.
So, you know Tifa, right? It's not really my business, but are you guys close?
Are we close? Yeah. Polygon door handles. Hexagonal sharp edges. They're gonna get rid of a lot of that in Rebirth because it's gonna be on PS5 with Unreal Engine 5, and it's gonna be nice. All them's triangles.
Tifa and I.
Thing is, like, if I'm looking at this up close, and I play this on big TVs, so I can see a lot of the grainy sort of like hair particles floating in the middle of the air. And I hope there's like even more resolution when I'm playing Rebirth, or I bet it's better if we play this on PS5. So we'll see. I'll probably play this again and the Yuffie DLC when I get a PS5.
We are currently investigating whether they belong to the same group that made the attempt on your life. Rest assured, our inquiries will not take much longer.
Better not.
This pump's sole purpose is to drain the planet dry. While you sleep, while you eat, while you shit, it's here sucking up Mako. It doesn't rest, and it doesn't care. You do realize what Mako is, don't you? Mako is the lifeblood of our world. The planet bleeds green like you and me bleed red. The hell you think's gonna happen when it's all gone, huh? Answer me! You gonna stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain? I know you can!
Brilliant performance.
You really hear that?
John Eric Bentley.
Damn straight I do.
Get help.
Say that again.
I love the character designs, how they're perfect. His tattoo,
I'd worry less about
the weird
planet
skull
and
thing,
more
I don't
about
even
the
know what
next
that
5
is.
Seconds. Save the screaming for later.
Utility access.
Our lives are on the line now. You listening, Merc? One false move. And that happens.
Well, so much for having Cloud do all the fighting. There are some places a sword just can't reach. Just bear with him for me, would you?
Yeah.
Should have asked for more money.
Oh, you're so sassy, Cloud.
Gonna throw your sword at him? Let the man with the gun go to work. These tin cans ain't got nothing on me. Now for the real show.
Okay, so that's Sentry Ray, Mono Drive.
Do your job, Merc.
I want to take this time to talk about these weird. Look at those enemies. Those weird looking enemies. Okay, so let's take a minute here. Enemy intel. So let me just have a little cheat sheet here. I'm gonna take a second to talk about this. The first chapter here, it served as a demo as well, and it was a nice cohesive representation of how the game plays. So it introduced Cloud and Barrett here as playable characters. The rest of Avalanche, Biggs, Wedge, Jesse. Characterization and voice acting is on point, as I said already, right from the start. This entire chapter expands on, but does not deviate at all from the original. Aside from maybe like the beginning where Aerith doesn't just walk away, she kind of runs because she's scared of something. So the enemies here, they're a highlight to this, especially Mono Drive, and I'll go through the couple of the enemies here really quick. And I'll talk about like the Mono Drive is like it's a weird materia flower looking creature that can use magic. Actually, let me just see if I can just go through here real quick. Yeah. Okay. So here's the Mono Drive, and when it loads, no, this one. Okay. It's so look how weird this thing is. Where can I move it around? Oh, yeah, move around like this, and then toggle data. Can I get rid of the data? Can I? Oh yeah, hide enemy intel. Yeah. Okay. So look at this thing. This weird thing. This is just a perfect example of how they can take really weird Japanese RPG enemies and they can actually fit them into the game. It makes sense. You know, it's like some kind of weird Hojo experiment. And there are a lot of them, so it's kind of like the it's maybe like the army of Hojo. He like makes all these weird experiments, and I don't necessarily even think that they're failed experiments. They're just the automated security system. I want to go back to. Is this the elite? Yeah. So, this is the shock trooper, or is the regular shock trooper here? They're also an interesting adaptation. The enemies so the enemies are a highlight. The Mono Drive, Shock Trooper. So in the original, it was hard to tell that the grunts were actual humans. They looked kind of like like humanoid robots. But it's more apparent in the remake because of vocalizations, the yells and grunts and stuff that they do. We'll see when we beat them up. And then the Scorpion Sentinel we'll see is an incredible boss fight, following the gimmick of the laser tail as a special attack. And the music is also expanded in here. Different versions of. I'll talk about that when that comes up. There are video comparisons that I highly recommend between the original and remake of these. So the MPs, if we go back. Oh no, that's too far. The security officer in the original, they're called MPs or military police, and they're renamed here as a security officer. So there are only a few enemies that really keep the same original name, like the guard dog down here. This one. But if you were to look back at the original design, that weird tail thing on its head actually does stem from the back of its neck like that. And that's really cool. They're really keeping so many details of these enemies. It's amazing. It's fascinating. And I may say this again, maybe multiple times. There's only one enemy that was in the original that did not make it into the remake from that area, from all of Midgar. And that is the warning board, I think it's called. And it's this weird, it's just like this board that has a space in the front of it where a sentry ray comes up, or I think it's called the sentry ray. Let me see, one second real quick. I have some notes on comparisons I'm looking into here. So the enemies here in the original are the MP or military police, Monodrive, Guard Dog, First Ray, Grunt, and Sweeper. And then the boss is Guard Scorpion. And in the remake, they're the security officer. I'm not going to go through one by one, but yeah, like security officer, the shock trooper as we looked at, Guard Dog, which is same name as the original, Monodrive, Sentry Ray is the first Ray in the original, and Sweeper is the same as the original. But so it's very close. This whole thing is very close to the original. Anyway, so I wanted to give that little brief review, synopsis kind of thing about what's so cool about the enemies and all that. Let's just go through the rest of this fun first chapter here. And I'll do slightly similar reviews as we continue
The laser security system.
in future months.
More than your pride if you're careless. They'll cut you down to size and then some. But I'm guessing you've done this kind of thing before.
Yeah. Figure out the timing of the lasers. Then make a move when they cycle off.
Exactly. I'll go first. Nothing like a little danger to get the blood pumping.
Hey!
Just keep those baby blues of yours on me.
All right, is there anything over here? Now I know all the stuff that Jesse says. If you run into it, and says Cloud has a kink or whatever that he likes to get hit by lasers. Yeah, I already know that. We're not doing it. Plus, I've already wasted a lot of time talking about the enemies. I thought there was some... Barrett. Relax. Okay. Yeah, I thought there was some kind of other treasure chest over there. Oh, there's one here. It has been a while since I played this game. I am enjoying this quite so.
They don't call those things sweepers for nothing. They can wipe out a whole squad in seconds.
Not if you went forward then first.
Oh, I didn't equip any lightning. I don't know if Barrett might have lightning. Do. Oh, they changed that melody slightly. All right, well, let's see what he has.
We can take this hunk of junk.
That hunk of junk is a heavy weapons platform. If we rush in, we die.
Is that right?
Need to hit it with magic. should give us an opening.
Gotta say, I really like that miniature little like that scene of it blowing up and falling over.
I mean your age, not your goddamn rank.
I love that.
Though for all I know, a soldier's rank could be the same as his age. Guess that make you a 1-year-old, huh? Live and learn.
It's such a stupid, like it's not even a good remark, snide remark from Barrett, but it's just so funny. It's such his character, you know. It's like a little kid. You're a 1-year-old.
That's our target, the reactor core. Gotta set the bomb at the bottom. Let's get down there.
All right. Here we go. Midgar was one of the best things about the original game. I say one of the best because it's not the best. It's debatable what the best thing about the original game was. And it's probably not the cross-dressing. I know a lot of people would argue that. I think the best is just how diverse all of the areas and the like everything that you do is a whole different like experience area. Everything looks like between going to a chocobo farm to a mountain to reactors, like it really is in every sense of the word an RPG. Like when I think of RPG, I'm not necessarily always thinking high fantasy. I'm not always necessarily thinking of, you know, it's like I'm looking for different textures, different colors, both like literally and in the story. Like you have to have variety. You have to have a rich world. Like I said, it doesn't have to necessarily be sci-fi, but when you do sci-fi, it adds a whole other element because you can also do the older stuff like kind of infused in there with either history or with the different environments. You could have so many different feels to the game, and I feel like that's what Rebirth
Right.
should be.
Let's see if little Steph really can bite the hand that feeds. Go on, do the honors. Prove to me you're the man Tifa says you are. That you're one of us.
Never said I was. I'm just here for the paycheck.
Then do the damn job.
Whatever AI does the mouth movements, they should do that in every game, as far as I'm concerned. I know at first sometimes it looked a little goofy, like it looked a little too much. The mouth was moving a lot, but it matches the words, and that's great. And if they can use AI to do that, that's a huge benefit, a huge asset to any game company that uses it in their localization and voiceover. Well, localization is a little different. Localization might be like the
I'm fine.
translation.
What about the timer?
You're calm, Merc.
20 minutes.
Pretty cocky, ain't you?
You're not happy with anything that I put. If I put 30, you're going to say, oh, is that enough time for you?
You double-crossing!
Heads up.
What the hell?
Heads up.
Hey, how the hell do we fight this thing?
It's got reinforced armor plating, but the internals could be overloaded. Lightning magic.
No other option, huh?
Oh, it's pressured.
We barely scratched the damn thing.
We did pretty good. I don't know. Phase 2.
What the hell is that?
A barrier? Never seen this defense system before.
Thought you were the expert.
Thought you were the expert. Oh, it's pressured again.
It's my time to shine.
Okay, now it's gonna do another.
Down in flames.
Ah, I love how it's like if you if you bring the health down far enough to where it's not ready for the next like sequence, it's like, okay, I gotta get to this. I gotta do this explosion now. Okay, now we're good. Now we can do the next sequence.
Watch the tail. You don't want to be hit by that laser.
Huh? So, what do we do?
Don't get hit. Take cover behind that debris.
I thought. Oh, so I was hitting R2, R2D2, and that only works when you're not in a battle. That makes you run. Otherwise, when you're in the battle, you're automatically running anyway. I forgot about that. Phase. Was it phase 4? That was easy. Take it out quick. Oh, you already did. Uh-oh. Kablammy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stick to just one chapter a month. This is so exciting. I'm getting the hype back, you know. And this hype, I'm gonna ride this hype train for a year and a half.
You hear that? Damn thing showed you how it's done.
Come on, we've got to move.
Because what makes me so excited about it, and I mean, I know I mentioned this already, and I'm kind of a broken record, but what I really like about this is that I can do this, like, look forward to the next game, play the other games that are coming out, see the other, like the teasers, the trailers, everything that's coming out right now. It's amazing, an amazing time to be a fan of Final Fantasy VII, or especially if you're a fan of other things like Switch games, Marvel. Well, Switch actually is not coming out with a lot of stuff, but and not a ton of people. I mean, I guess if you're easy to please, a lot of people are fans of RPGs like this and like Disney and Marvel and Star Wars and all that stuff. But in my experience, my personal friends, there are not a lot of them that like either they like one or the other. But I am easy to please. So I like all of this stuff. I'm just having the time of my life, enjoying everything that's coming out. I don't even care if some stuff is bad because you have another property that's going to be a little bit better.
We'll link up over there. Look after Jesse.
Although, I really hope Rebirth is really good. I hope it's at least as good as this. That's my hope.
This route should lead us straight to Mary. Probably.
There's just like so many little things like that, like hints. Probably, like who comes up with that? Who's doing the localization in this? And it's just so funny. And you know, they could make jokes like that in like cartoons and stuff, and it's kind of funny. It's like, okay, yeah, I get it. That's funny. But for some reason, I think because localization with RPGs and stuff have been so bad in the past, when you hear something like that, you really appreciate it.
Sorry, it keeps me focused. I'll freak out if I don't talk.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about the music. It's a different meter. It's just slightly. I don't know how to. Without thinking about it and analyzing it, I don't know if there's like ones in triple meter, ones in duple meter, or whatever. But it's something like that. It's just kind of like the pacing's a little different in the music, and it works because it makes you anxious. It makes you like think, oh, I have to get out of here. It's wanting you to rush and wanting you to to kind of not panic, but yeah, almost panic. This is kind of a short chapter, but it's okay because it's appropriately paced. Not everything in this game, of course, is appropriately paced, but just take this thing out real quick. Another reason why I wanted to do this without, like high levels and doing it really quick and without doing too much like talking to the NPCs and everything is because of the next part of the video, which you'll see. You'll see after this what I do in this video. It's going to be the template moving forward, and we'll see how we're going to go through these 18 months awaiting Rebirth. Yeah, so here are the grunts.
Don't screw this up.
Oh yeah, what do I do? I hold this. Oh. Oh, I don't remember. Okay, yeah, that's right. Triangle's Punisher mode, and then I hold this, so when he attacks me, I do a counterattack. Okay, now I remember now. And then there's... Oh, yeah. Good job, Barrett. Doing a bang-up job. Beep. This is really great too. They took, a line from Jesse that wasn't even required to. It was like an NPC sort of side dialogue, and they expanded on it. And they made it a whole story beat that really works for the story. I love that they did that in here. I still don't love that Jesse is teased to be alive. But it would be so tragic if she did die, and still thinking that she caused so much destruction when she didn't mean to. Because she used a stronger blasting agent than she expected. All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Time to break. Oh, help Jesse. In the original, you have to help Jesse. I just want to say that because I've heard people say, "Oh, do you help her? Do you not help her?" You have to help her because she opens the door to help you get out. So if you don't help her, you have to go back. That's a little pet peeve of mine. That was somebody who does gaming stuff and said something about not having to help her in the original. Oh, that's so crazy. It's so good. The actual consequences. And look at that. It takes out the whole sector's power. There are fires and smoke falling from the sky. Now, we're going to switch gears here a little bit. Now, in the original, starting off from when we leave Midgar, we approach Kalm, and this area has already been covered in the Yuffie DLC, so At the end, in that scene where Choco Billy picks them up in this truck and he brings them to Kalm. I'm assuming that we're going to skip any of the enemies from Midgar to Kalm. Maybe we'll encounter them after we leave Kalm. Maybe we'll be able to go back and see Midgar, but probably not. So that area is kind of, it's not going to be a thing in Rebirth. I believe it's going to start at it might start in Kalm where he starts talking, or it just might kick off right in the flashback, which I think both would work. I don't really care either, one way or the other. So, talking about enemies, the Kalm Fang in the original is an enemy renamed Wayward Wolf. Other than that, there are sweepers, bandit enemies, I think prowlers, that I could see being reapplied from Remake into this area in Rebirth. We also have Bull Motor, and then later on we have Leprechaun that are also enemies in the Yuffie DLC. There is an enemy called Devil Ride, which I am very curious if and how they will recreate that for Rebirth. I'm pretty sure they will, because they've recreated every other enemy except for Warning Board. And there are some things I'd like to point out. Oh, I love that sound. Midgar area. Okay, so I think we have just left Midgar and we have to go to Kalm. So some of the enemies, let me run into some enemies here. Turn this down a little bit. It's a little bit loud. Devil Ride. How in the world are they going to do Devil Ride? I haven't actually played this on this TV, so I'm kind of getting used to it. It's like kind of just everything's blown up. I like it though. This is the type of enemy that could be, you know what? I just had an amazing idea, a brilliant idea. Maybe at some point in the game, we could have like a bicycle chase scene, a motorcycle chase scene with these things following you. Look how weird. Their arms are like up like this and kind of contorted. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we can get into. Let's see what other enemies we can encounter here. I'm looking forward to Alpha Dunk and Moo. I'm looking forward to a lot more, but I'm excited because we've seen Wayward Wolf and we've seen Leprechaun. Okay, here we go. Here are some sweepers. You can steal. What can you steal? You can steal something from them. I'll take one of these guys out. You can steal atomic scissors, I believe. Oh. I don't have enemy skill. So I have to use Mind Blow because you have to use it a certain amount of times in order to get the limit for the next level. And I think it's grenade, something like grenade. I don't know, he throws a grenade. I'm kind of digressing, but it's okay because I love this, and it's a lot of fun. All right, let me see. Let's do some cure here. And let's equip some enemy skill materia here. Oh, I have the atomic scissors. Great. This is really great. I love this. The atomic scissors are in... Oh, and I have Matcha Magic. I did my homework. So we've encountered Devil Ride, a new enemy. We've encountered Sweepers, which are have obviously made their return in a wonderful, huge way. So do you think this is a weird Hojo experiment? Or is this something else? Or like some kind of like technological thing? We've already seen things like... The weirdest one, I think, was brain... Was it brain something? Something brain? I don't know. Brain. Big brain. Here we go. So we have Kalm fangs. And these make an appearance in the Yuffie DLC. And now they don't make an appearance at all, because they did. Well, we're gonna skip Prowler because Prowler, we've already seen bandits. We know what they look like. We know what they're all about. They may have a different color scheme. But let's go to Kalm. And let's see. Okay, so we've reached Kalm. Yo, I'll be waiting at the inn. Hurry up and get your butt over here. Well then, I'll go on ahead. So, I don't know, they might do that in Rebirth, where they have a little bit of an intro, possibly. This is one thing that I'm really hoping that they start doing. Oh, you open doors, find an ether, I don't know how to say it. Go into people's houses. I mean, how much of that really did we do in Remake? It was really just shops and stuff that were just open, right? There wasn't a lot of exploration. In this, you see the exploration because you have all these houses you can go into, and I think they did a really good job with Tifa's house, right? Or not Tifa's house, Aerith's house. Recreating. So I'm wondering how well they're probably gonna recreate these really well. And it's probably gonna be easy with UE5. And I imagine that we're gonna get this whole big thing in the middle. I don't know what this is, some kind of a tower. We're gonna see these Swiss chalet looking houses. Maybe we'll be able to go in here. Like, I think if the story goes as far as I think it does for Rebirth, and we go up into this one house and we see a peacemaker. I mean, the weapons and everything are all over the place, so I doubt that we're going to see the exact same. We're not going to see like the peacemaker, or it's going to be like something else in some other place, but I hope the idea is the same. And I didn't actually know that Guard Source was there until like within the last year that I played this. Let's see, I think there's a turtle flyer in here. Yeah, so people aren't really fans of Avalanche still. Get out of the kitchen! Oh, I hope they do. You know what? I love when they like take small things like that and they make it into, like, you're gonna be in Kalm. Somebody's gonna say, it seems there's this group called Avalanche running around, but I guess Soldier finally wiped them out. You know, like, they're gonna get all this misinformation from Shinra. You're gonna be able to go into this has a totally different vibe than any of the shops in Midgar. This is the item store. I don't need any of this stuff. This is the materia store. I love how, like, basic RPG that is. Let's get an earth. Let's get a heal. Just stuff I don't have currently. This is the weapons store. Ooh, get a mithril saber. I just want to collect things. Cannonball? Yeah, I want to collect them. Okay. Oop, didn't mean to buy an extra one, but that's okay because it's not going to go to waste. Everybody can have a mithril armlet. Okay. Okay, now for the fun part. Mr. Cloud, your party is waiting for you on the second floor. Cloud, you're late. Yo, man, you're late. Why did I name her Eris? Sorry to keep you waiting. I guess I just wanted it to be like the original. Guess everyone's here now. So let's hear your story. You know, the one about Sephiroth and the crisis of the planet. Let's hear it all. I used to want to be like Sephiroth, so I joined Soldier. After working with Sephiroth on several missions, we became friends. Now, he could still do this. Even after all the crazy stuff that happened at the end of Remake, they could still be asking, okay, really, who is Sephiroth? I know we're fighting him and stuff, but what was that all about? Like, who really is he in the past? They could still do it. Wow, the music is, like, dying out. This is great. They did a really good job on the original. You call that a friend? Yeah, well, he was older than me and hardly ever talked about himself. So I guess you'd call us war buddies. We trusted each other until one day. See, Tifa's like holding back here. She's like, okay, tell your story. Some things don't add up, but, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what you say. One day, after the war, it was Soldier's duty to put down any resistance against the Shinra. That was 5 years ago. I wonder if that's intentional. I see Tifa doing a little bit of like head scratching, like, okay, 5 years ago, what happened? I was 16. It sure is raining hard. Now this is going to be interesting because we have a lot of character development from Remake for Cloud. And he is a total, since spoilers, I'm not going to say it, but you know what I mean. When I'm talking about Cloud in this scene, he's totally different. I don't know how they're going to do that in Rebirth. They're going to make him into something completely not like he was in Remake. Because he's all crazy and excited here. He's talking to that soldier. Hey, how are you doing? He's like throwing up. I'm all right. I wouldn't know. I've never had motion sickness. They didn't even bring up motion sickness in Remake. It's going to be great. I'm excited. Everything okay? Hey. 7 seconds. Oh, settle down. They gave me some new materia. I can't wait to use it. Could you really see Cloud from Remake doing that? The squats. Oh, well, he did. Never mind. I guess he did in the squat competition. Just like a kid. You going to brief us about the mission? This isn't a typical mission. Good. Why do you say that? I joined Soldier just to be like you. By the time I made first class, the war was already over. My big hopes of becoming a hero like you ended with the war. That's why I always sign up whenever there's a big mission. Kind of a way to prove myself. Say, how do you feel, Mr. Sephiroth? I thought you wanted a briefing. Our mission is to investigate an old Mako reactor. I used to say Mako. There have been reports of it malfunctioning and producing brutal creatures. First, we will dispose of those creatures, then we'll locate the problem and neutralize it. Brutal creatures? Where? Where? The Mako reactor at Nibelheim. Nibelheim. That's where I'm from. Interesting where they kind of put those words. Like, I wonder how they're gonna do. Like, maybe, I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. Hometown. Sir, something strange just crashed into the truck. This is gonna be a boss battle. This is gonna be a boss battle in Rebirth. That would be our monster. This is gonna be a one hell of a boss battle, and we could start off as the first enemy that we face in Rebirth. He's gonna kill Cloud. Sorry, Cloud, goodbye. You're dead. Oh, Sephiroth's already bringing me back. Alright, Dragon, try to... Yeah, 0, right? Yep, 0. It took him 2 shots, though. Sometimes he casts, like, Lightning 3 or Ice 3 or something. Sephiroth's strength is incredible. He is far stronger in reality than any stories you may have heard about him. So, where do you come in? Me? I was mesmerized by the way Sephiroth fought. Tifa's still speechless. And then we reached Nibelheim. And they already have this rendered in some form for the that they did in Remake. How does it feel? It's your first time back to your hometown in a long time, right? So how does it feel? I wouldn't know because I don't have a hometown. How about your parents? My mother is Jenova. She died right after she gave birth to me. My father... They didn't really talk about Jenova too much in the remake, did they? Maybe a little bit more than the original, but what does it matter? What does it matter? All right, let's go. And then we'll get to play as Sephiroth, or, well, hopefully as Sephiroth. You keep wandering around here and you get in trouble. Being on watch is so boring. You want to do what we always do? Practice? Do members of Soldier always have to worry about what others think? How did it go? Good job. I like this. I don't really want to be in Soldier. Yo, wait a minute. Jenova. Isn't that, the name of Sephiroth's mother? Now, the thing they battled in Shinra headquarters. I remember Jenova. That's that damn headless spook living in the Shinra building. That's right. Barrett, would you please let us hear what Cloud has to say? You can ask questions later. I want to hear what he has to say, too, because he's talking about, like, that he was there 5 years ago. Tifa, I was only... Okay, Cloud, continue. The childhood friends reunite. Now when I read these, I get the voice actors' voices in my head. I was really surprised with Tifa. And Tifa's like, I'm really surprised by you too. The town was quiet. Everyone must be in their houses, afraid to come out because of the monsters. No, maybe they're afraid of us. We leave for the reactor at dawn. Make sure you get to sleep early. Just the feel, the ambience of this is incredible. All we need is one lookout so you others get some rest. Oop. Sorry. Oh, and you may visit your family and friends. Well, thank you so much. I heard Sephiroth was coming, so I brought my camera. I want a shot of Sephiroth and a monster. Take my picture. I don't take pictures of nobody's. Ooh, burn. That's harsh. I'm so nervous. How come? Look, you never know when a monster's going to show up, right? Okay, so this is the point where you get to explore, you get to go to different places. They don't really care about, have I been here before? I don't remember. So he's having a little bit of issues, but we don't need to go in that house. This is Cloud's house. This is my house. It has nothing to do with what happened 5 years ago. Yo, what? Wait, I want to hear. Me too. It's been a long time, right? Tell us more. You saw your family, right? All right. I'll talk about it. I don't know if you call it a family. My father died when I was still young. That's when my mom lived alone in this house. Yeah, I saw my mom. My mom, she was a vibrant woman. Hadn't changed at all. But a few days later, she died. But when I saw her, she looked fine. And then this is like the scene that we saw in the remake. Yes? Cloud? Welcome home, Cloud. Hi, Mom. Come, let me take a look at you. You look so handsome. So this is a soldier uniform? Mom, blocking out memory pieces. My, how you've grown. I bet the girls never leave you alone. Not really. I'm worried about you. There are a lot of temptations in the city. Oh, like, cross-dressing? Honeybeing? I'd feel a lot better if you just settled down with a nice girlfriend. I'm alright. You should have an older girlfriend, one that'll take care of you, let you know when you're being a silly goose. I think that would be the best for you. I'm not interested. Are you eating alright? I'm alright. The company takes care of me. Is that so? I know you can't cook. I've been worried sick about you. Cloud? You know, Cloud. Isn't that right, Cloud? I'll always be your mother. Until Sephiroth stabs her. Let's stop this. And nobody says anything. They're like, oh, okay. Just going into Tifa's house. Cloud? Did you go to my house? Yep. I did. Thought you might be home. I did. I hella did. And nothing in here, I know. And you can't collect anything. That's the thing. Like, you can open a, oh, you know, I think I can get something from here. Not, I know about the orthopedic, oh yeah, that's right. Cloud, did you go into my room? Yeah. Yeah. I got your underwear. Orthopedic underwear. Cloud. It's true. Cloud, we're talking about something that's really important here. Well, that's really important to me. The letter. Did you read it, my letter? Yeah. You remember what it said? I remember clearly. I read it. It was a letter addressed to Tifa from the son of the guy that runs the general store. Tifa, how are you? I just arrived in Midgar 8 days ago. Yesterday, all of Nibelheim got together to welcome me. The only person that we couldn't get a hold of was Cloud. But everyone said he wasn't really that close to us, so even if we asked, he probably wouldn't have come anyway. Well, enough about him. Let's talk about me. Midgar is really something, but to tell the truth, I feel so behind on everything, so out of it. Even the rooms of people in the slums are clean. Right now I'm living in the slums, but I plan to move to a real nice room, like the ones I've seen in magazines once I make some money. But to do that, I guess I have to find a job first. That's right, I still haven't found a job yet. I lied to my parents and told them I found a great job with Shinra Inc. I wonder if it's too late to go back. Sometimes I think I should have taken over my parents' store. Do you remember all of it? Yeah, I remember everything. Because there was some stuff about me. I just made it here to Midgar, but all I think about is Nibelheim. Hey Tifa, is that stupid old water tower still working? Is the old man at the inn still doing well? Are my parents still at the shop every day? Have any monsters attacked? And most of all, how are you, Tifa? It feels like I haven't seen you for years. We were all talking about you last night. Everyone likes you, but because everyone idolizes you, I couldn't very well stab them in the back. I always acted cool, but actually, I was just afraid of being jilted. Wow, if I keep writing like this will become a love letter. My hand is on fire. So, I think I'll stop here. Take care, I'll write again. He didn't say anything else about Cloud. I guess he just meant like what was in the first part. P.S. Write me back, okay? Okay, here's the fun part. Did you play my piano? Yeah, I jammed on it. I remember. Goes. Doo, doo. Oh, I always mess that part. Oh. Okay, let's do it again. I've heard this melody somewhere before. I played it well. Thank you. I think so too, if I don't say so myself. Okay. And was there anything down here? Oh, the Shinra Cha-Cha thing. Oh, you're with Shinra? Welcome. Oh, I'm sorry. It's you, Cloud. I didn't recognize you. Shinra! Shinra! Soldier! Cha-Cha! Salsa! You gonna kill the monsters? Are you gonna? Cha-Cha? Does he? I thought he said Cha-Cha. Do your best. Do your best. Maybe I got that wrong. Okay. Yeah, so I can't get anything. I don't know why I keep on looking around like I'm... It's just so fun to look around, especially if you know you're not gonna encounter any enemies and try to like get through a spot. Anyway, all right, so enough lollygagging here. Gonna continue. Oh, Zangan.
Is Shinra here to get rid of the monsters?
And who are you?
I'm Zangan. I travel around the world teaching children martial arts. I have 128 students all over the world. In this town, a girl named Tifa is my student.
Did you say Tifa?
Tifa has good sense. She'll be a powerful fighter.
All right. So this could be a very big segment in Rebirth, but then also once you get to Nibelheim, all these assets and everything, they're all going to be created already. So all they have to do is put more of the story together, which actually kind of makes sense. Like they did a lot of that in the remake with the sewers you go to a second time. They reused a lot of the area. They made good use of the area. Some of it felt like a lot of extra padding, but I think in this case they're gonna use it really well because it's gonna be part of the story. Because they did that in the original. And here they read it like they have this as Nibelheim, and then you come to Nibelheim again later. What are you looking at? The scenery. I feel like I know this place. We're short one bed. Can I go to bed? Oh, I gotta talk to him again. We have an early start tomorrow. You should get some sleep soon. Yeah, let's get some sleep. I've hired a guide to the Mako reactor. I've heard she's young. I hope we can rely on her. Yeah, it should be alright. Just don't kill her. Ha! You know? Alright, so oh, this is Tifa's father. If I knew this was gonna happen, I would have made mountain climbing off limits. Oh, because Tifa fell from the thing a long time ago. I think they'd let me take a picture. Once the guide gets here, we're heading out. Listen to me, Sephiroth, in case something happens. Trust me. I'll be alright, Dad. I have 2 men from Soldier with me. I'm Tifa. Nice to meet you. Tifa, you're the guide? That's right. It so happens I'm the #1 guide in this town. You're dressed as a cowboy, a cowgirl. It's too dangerous. I can't get you involved in this. There's no problem if you protect her. Let's go. Mr. Sephiroth, please let me take one picture for a memento. Tifa, can you ask him for me too? This is gonna get really weird and convoluted, I think, with the way that they're approaching this for the Rebirth, remake, whatever. This is gonna be very interesting now that I'm going through this. Jeez. Like, great, thank you. Like, think about this, and he's telling this story, and then what happens later if Zack is alive and part of the story. I'll give each of you a copy once I get it developed. And this is going to be great. A Mako reactor was built in Mount Nibel. Oh, Cloud is saying this. The cold mountain air of Mount Nibel was the same. That is a big, expansive mountain. I mean, if you looked at, like, not just the mountain, but, like, all around it. Huge. It gets harder from here. Follow me. And then it breaks and they fall. Oh, the bridge. Wonderful. Amazing graphics for its time. That's gonna be really nice, though. That scene. It's gonna be neat in Rebirth. It's gonna be. I think we're gonna like it. So much really neat stuff happens in this game, just like every step of the way. Everyone seems to be all right. Will we be able to get back? These caves are intertwined like an ant farm. Oh, and Sephiroth, one person seems to be missing. It may sound cruel, but we've no time to search for him. We can't go back, so we must go on. We'll travel together from here. Was that like the driver or something? It'd be funny if I could see them all fighting together. Tifa and the soldier. What's this? A mysteriously colored cave. It must be the Mako energy. This mountain is especially abundant in it. That's the way the Mako reactor was built here. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here a little bit just to kind of briefly review this while we're doing this battle. The Nibelheim flashback and Cloud's story will be the tutorial for this game. I think Sephiroth will be a non-playable ally like he was in this. I'm like, he's like gonna kill me. So yeah, and then he's gonna use ice, like huge high-level spells. So the story is going to take center stage here, and all the story beats should stay the same. I don't think they're going rogue way off the story path, but I do think that unlike the original, you will be able to die during this part, though it will be kind of hard to do. The first chapter of Remake was hard enough where you could die, so I don't think this is going to be different. I don't see it being different, even if it is a flashback and you couldn't lose in the original. I am looking forward to see the environment, how Nibelheim and Kalm look, the older versions of a Mako reactor included, which we'll see in a minute. We've already seen Tifa's cowgirl outfit, and we'll see that whole flashback scene's full version. Well, we've already seen Tifa's, I already said that. We'll see Sephiroth wig out and burn down the village. The village, by the way, seems like it has been rendered for Remake, at least partially, to serve for a childhood flashback scene. And lastly, for the actual flashback story, as I mentioned this, I think the dragon will be the big tutorial boss. It makes a lot of sense. It might not be the end of the flashback, but it'll be epic. So it'll probably be at the beginning, kind of like Abzu was the beginning of the chapter in Remake, when you fought him. We haven't seen the Final Fantasy VII Fat Dragon in updated version yet. I'm excited to see this because a lot of games try to overdo the detail and they have lots of like weird things hanging off of them or whatever. We rarely get just a big fat Celtic fire-breathing dragon, which is what I'm looking forward to. So there's some speculation that Yuffie will steal the party's materia right off the bat. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but I do know there is confirmation that the places you travel to will not be in the order of the original. They will change things around. With that in mind, I still want to pace out these videos as if the order was not going to change. I'm sure Wutai will be a mandatory part of the journey instead of being optional, just like Yuffie and Vincent are now part of the game proper. I do think that the big part of the plot where everything falls apart and the weapons explode out of the northern crater will be the end of Rebirth and the start of the next game. In order for that to happen, at least one main event that happens before that will have to be saved until the third game. And people probably might be like, is that part of the game gonna be in the last part? Yeah, it will be, because they said everything's gonna be there. This could be Wutai though, because of its remote location. It's the only one that's like not on the path on the way to the through the events to Northern Crater. We could also see Fort Condor get the X, but then like maybe brought back later somehow. The other locations might stay relatively the same. Likely we should see everything remain on the same continents. From Kalm to Chocobo Farm, past the swamp through the Mithril Mines, possibly skipping Fort Condor, onto Junin Harbor for the first continent. But I'll go through the rest of that, and we'll sort of handle it as I've been handling this chapter. So here we go. We'll continue. Those were my notes I took ahead of time so that I could make sure that I don't leave anything out. And what's this? A Mako fountain. It's a miracle of nature. It's so beautiful. Should you be saying words like miracle? Because he shouldn't say magic and stuff. If the Mako reactor continues to suck up the energy, this fountain will dry up too. They do this song justice in the remake. Materia. When you condense Mako energy, materia is produced. It's very rare to see materia in its natural state. By the way, why is it that when you use materia, you can also use magic too? You were in Soldier and didn't even know that? The knowledge and wisdom of the ancients is held in the materia. Anyone with this knowledge can freely use the powers of the land and the planet. That knowledge interacts between ourselves and the planet, calling up magic, or so they say. Magic, a mysterious power. Ha ha ha. Did I say something funny? A man once told me never to use unscientific terms like mysterious power. It shouldn't even be called magic. I still remember how angry he was. Who was that? Hojo of Shinra Inc., an inexperienced man assigned to take over the work of a great scientist. Look at Tifa, she's like dead. He was a walking mass of complexes. A Mako fountain. So this is where the knowledge of the ancients is. If this is the first chapter of Rebirth, it's going to be a long chapter. Like longer than like the North Mako reactor, or the Mako reactor number 1 in the original is not as long as this. And that was the whole chapter for chapter 1 for the remake. We finally made it. We sure took the long way, though. Tifa, you wait here. I'm going inside, too. I want to see. Only authorized people are allowed in. This place is full of Shinra's industrial secrets. But... no buts. Take care of the lady. Nuh-uh, girlfriend. Man. You better take real good care of me then. Yeah, better take real good care of me then. Oh, there it is. You gotta go down this way. It's interesting how you have to orient what your controller is to what direction you're going. So if you go up, you're going this way, left, right, down, up. So it's isometric directions, controller directions, instead of just the view. This is Genova, right? It won't open. Yo mama. This is the reason for the malfunction. This part is broken. I say malfunction. I'm from I'm from Western New York. Cloud, close the valve. Valve. All right. Oh, where are we going? Why did it break? Now I see, Hojo. But doing this will never put you on the same level as Professor Gast. This is a system that condenses and freezes the Mako energy. That is, when it's working correctly. Now, what does Mako energy become when it's further condensed? Oh yeah, it becomes materia. Right, normally. But Hojo put something else in there. Take a look. Look through the window. It's weird that you have to talk to him to look through the window. Boogity 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 boogity. Bubbles. I am Groot. What is that? Normal members of Soldier are humans that have been showered with Mako. You're different from the others, but still human. But what are they? They've been exposed to a far higher degree of Mako than you. Is this some kind of monster? Exactly, and it's Hojo of Shinra that produced these monsters. Mutated living organisms produced by Mako energy. That's what these monsters really are. Normal monsters of Soldier, just like you. You mean you're different? Hey, Sephiroth. No. No, was I? This is where he freaks out. Ah! Was I created this way too? I want to see that. I am hyped for this scene. Am I the same as all these monsters? Sephiroth. You saw it. All of them were human. Human? No way. No way. Ever since I was small, I felt that I was different from the others, special in some way. But not like this. This is really so different. Well, no, actually, not very much different than the deep ground stuff that they did in the remake. Believe it or not. They kind of, if that was all black, that would look like the, am I human? That would look like the creature's unfailed experiment or whatever. I didn't really understand what Sephiroth something going. I was even more surprised that Shinra was producing monsters. Damn, Shinra, the more I hear, the more I hate him. Who would ever thought the Mako reactor held such a secret? That would seem to explain the increase in the number of monsters recently. I think we should listen carefully to Cloud. Don't you think so, Barrett? Why are you talking to me? Save game and rest. Yeah, maybe so. Want to take a breather here? It's so much story. There's no, like, gameplay. It's just so much story that they have you take a break. Let me just do another. Okay. It'll be slot 10. Tifa, were you waiting outside then? Yes. We returned to Nibelheim. Sephiroth confined himself to the inn. He didn't even try to talk to me. Then all of a sudden he just disappeared, right? We found him inside the biggest building in Nibelheim. The villagers used to call it the Shinra Mansion. Long ago, people from Shinra used to live in that mansion. Ha! Ha ha! Okay. This could actually be 2 chapters worth of content. And I'll explain why in a minute. Oh, so this is where he's looking for Sephiroth. I'm gonna cut to the chase here. There's no sign of Sephiroth, but I know I saw him go into this room. You got a haunted basement in a mansion kind of deal. No enemies here. And then there's Vincent in that room. Vincenzo. An apparently dead organism was found in a 2,000-year-old geological stratum. Professor Gast named that organism Genova. X year, X month, X day. Genova confirmed to be an ancient. X year, X month, X day. Genova project approved. The use of Mako Reactor 1 approved for use. Just reading. Books. Books on books. My mother's name is Genova. Genova Project. Is this just a coincidence? Project Genesis. Oh no, don't go down. Don't go there. Gonna ruin a perfectly good moment here. Professor Gast, why didn't you tell me anything? Why did you die? Just leave me alone, right? Let me be alone. Let me be alone. Okay, I'm gonna go sleep in your bed. Sephiroth didn't come out of the Shinra mansion. He's a good reader. He reads fast. He continued to read as if he were possessed by something, and not once did the light in the basement go out. I saw like outlines of where the books were going to appear. Yeah, wake up here. See what we got going on. Sephiroth seems different. Different how? Like murdered different? It's funny how they make you go all the way down these rickety flat step things. It's like, why are there just like human bones just sitting in the corner there? They should clean those up. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. How are they gonna do his laugh? He's not a very laughy type character. Who is it? Traitor. Traitor. You ignorant traitor. I'll tell you. This planet originally belonged to the Cetra. Cetra was an itinerant race. They would migrate in, settle the planet, and then move on. At the end of their hard, long journey, it was said that they would find the Promised Land and supreme happiness. But those who disliked journeying appeared. They stopped their migrations, but sheltered and elected to lead an easier life. They took that which the Cetra and the planet had made without giving back one whit in return. Whit in return. Those are your ancestors. Sephiroth. Long ago, disaster struck the planet. Your ancestors escaped. They survived because they hid. The planet was saved by sacrificing the Cetra. After that, your ancestors continued to multiply. Now all that's left of the Cetra is in these reports. What does that have to do with you? Don't you see? An ancient named Genova was found in a 2,000-year-old geological stratum, the Genova Project. The Genova Project wanted to produce people or the powers of the ancients, with the powers of the ancients, or the Cetra. I am what was produced. Produced? Yes, Professor Gast, leader of the Genova Project and genius scientist, produced me. How? How did he? Sephiroth! Out of my way, I'm going to see my mother. No, don't burn down the village and do things. Kill people. Don't kill my mother! I wonder if we're gonna see that. Are we gonna see Sephiroth killing Cloud's mother? This is going to be the Sephiroth chapter. Like this is like the breakout role for him, or you know, we're gonna see if this is legit. We're gonna find out in Rebirth if the whole game is gonna be good, and from this scene.
Hey, it's you. You're still sane, right? Then come over here and help me.
It sound like the pirates from One Piece.
You can have it. I'll check this house. You can check that one over there.
They should get that voice actor to do. Oh, I'm checking my own house. Oh, he killed her. Dang it, Sephiroth. You killed my mom. That one guy's blinking? Terrible. Sephiroth, this is too terrible. Oh my gosh, I was blinking! He winked. Oh, dang. Slice him right through the head. Is this gonna be mature rated? I would love... I mean, if you could see him slicing people's heads in half and... I don't know. I mean, forget bloodstained walls and Shinra HQ. This is a big deal. A big deal. Like, this is gonna be... I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I'm curious. And then this is that iconic... Another icon... Oh, so much in this game is iconic. This whole game is iconic. Papa. Sephiroth. Did Sephiroth do this to you? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of all of this. Sephiroth, Soldier, Mako reactors, Shinra. I hate them all. I wonder why they like try to change everything, like all of the dialogue. Nothing was like word for word. Mother, I'm here to see you. Please open this door. How could you do that to Papa and all the townspeople? Struggle, struggle. Rip, slash. Rebirth is going to be so intense. Can you imagine seeing this in an updated version? Help you out here. You promised that you'd come when I was in trouble. Yep, well, there you go. Bye. It's Genova. Yanova. Yanoba. Mother, let's take the planet back together. I've thought of a great idea. Let's go to the promised land. Sephiroth. My family, my hometown. How could you do this to them? Ha ha ha. They've come again, Mother. With her superior power, knowledge, and magic, Mother was destined to become the ruler of this planet. But those worthless creatures, are stealing the planet from Mother. But now I'm here with you, so don't worry. Buzz, crackle, zap. And that... yeah, it'll be incredible. What about my sadness? My family, friends, the sadness of having my hometown taken away from me. It's the same as your sadness. I'm just like butchering it, just ruining the whole thing. Ha ha ha. My sadness? What do I have to be sad about? I am the chosen one. I have been chosen to be the leader of this planet.
I have orders to take the planet back from you stupid people for the Cetra. What should I be sad about?
The fact that I can't speak anything, words.
Sephiroth, I trusted you. No, you're not the Sephiroth I used to know. Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
Ah. Seizure warning.
And that's the end of my story. Wait a damn minute. That's it? No more? I don't remember. What happened to Sephiroth? In terms of skill, I couldn't have killed him. Official records state Sephiroth is dead. I read it in the newspaper. Shinra Inc. owns the newspaper, so you can't rely on that. I want to know the truth.
Fake news.
I want to know what happened. I challenged Sephiroth and lived. Why didn't he kill me? I'm alive too. A lot of this doesn't make sense. What about Genova? It was in the Shinra building, right? Shinra shipped it from Nibelheim to Midgar. Did someone carry it out later? It was missing from the Shinra building. Sephiroth? Damn, none of this makes sense. I'm going, and I'm leaving the thinking to you. Yo, Cloud, let's get a move on.
Right. All right, let's go.
Yo, come on, let's go.
Oh, brother.
Cloud? How bad was I after Sephiroth stabbed me? You're saying I was an imposter?
Or whatever the line is that she says in the teaser.
I thought you were a gunner. I was so sad. The ancients, Cetra, Genova, Sephiroth, and myself. Let's go. Barrett's waiting.
What a fascinating story.
Oh, Cloud, let me give you this.
PHS. And you can change the party. And that would make sense.
I'm going on ahead.
That would make sense to be able to change the party at this point. And whatever they're going to do for the remake is going to happen at that point. So now you can kind of see from the original to the remake, and like how each of these months is going to be set up. I'm going to do one chapter of the remake, talk about it a lot, let the enemies and what could possibly be in store for Rebirth, based on that. But also looking at the story, looking at the original Final Fantasy VII, and looking at some things, how we could see, the flashback, and how we could be traveling through towns like Nibelheim and Kalm, what Sephiroth's role is going to be, where exactly do we expect the story to start in Rebirth. So that's all I have for now, and next week I'm going to be putting together a video probably from camp. I'll probably take my whole setup to camp. So you may see a little bit of a different background. You may see a little different setup, but everything else should pretty much be the same. So if you've gotten to this point and you've enjoyed, give the video a like. Thank you for watching. This is really just kind of my pet project. As you could probably tell, I'm really excited about all of this. I'm excited for the game that's about to come out. I'm excited for all the stuff that's going to come out in between. And I'm making these videos as kind of like mementos of this time that I'm having, waiting for Rebirth. And every time I go back to play Final Fantasy VII Remake, or I go back to play the original, it's like reliving nostalgia, reliving the experience. Even with Remake, I had such a wonderful time getting introduced again to just a whole new version that paid such loving attention to the content, to the story. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.